What's going on, everybody? Welcome on this, what feels like a Saturday, but Friday edition of the Daily Mind podcast. How is everyone's weekend going? Well, so far, I know we just started, but for some of us, like myself, I have a 4-day weekend. Starting off on a good note, I jumped out of bed this morning thinking that I had to go to work, only to realize, I was like, wait a minute. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning. I went right back to sleep. So, all right, Mario. Yep, you're here. Good. Yeah, we're just getting started, man. But no, I jumped out of bed thinking that I had to go to work, and I couldn't even go back to sleep after the fact. So, I mean, it's whatever. I'm up. I did some running around. Went and got something to eat. All that cool stuff. Just the usual. What I like to do. Some people they want to stay home, relax, and sit, which is all good. But for me, I like to keep moving around, running around, simply because, well, I don't know, I'm getting older, so I got to keep everything nice and greased up and moving and stuff like that. No Diddy, of course. And, got to, I find things to do. I go out or whatever. So, whatever. Anyway, we're here. It's the weekend. Let's get it. Hopefully, like I said, you got plans. That's my wife there. Hello. How you doing? She's finally on the show.
Hi, everybody.
I still can't get her on the mic, though, but eventually I'll get her on there, eventually. But not today, though. It's just me, Uno. All right, bet. All right, so, let's see. Milton's done. We're not talking about hurricanes anymore, although there are a couple of little systems they're looking at. Too early to tell. It's Friday, so for you guys on TikTok, this is the first episode of what I like to call on Fridays, is there such thing as a stupid question? Some of you may be familiar with the website called Quora. It's spelled Quora. It is a question and answer site. No holds barred. All types of shit on it. Hell, it even had pornography pictures on there. I've seen all types of shit on there. But essentially what it is that it's a question and answer site where you, yourself, and we can go on there, ask any question you want. And there are people out there probably seeking the same answer for that question. And somebody will answer it for you. Your fave. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite episodes, if that's what you're referring to. So you go on there, you ask questions, you can answer questions, and of course they got different rooms where you could go ahead and, they got different topics like love and relationships, science, astrology, whatever's on your mind, that is on there. And I came up with this episode concept pretty early in the series of this podcast. And I wanted to throw a little bit of variety in the episodes. Mondays I do the news out of a hat where I pick random stories. And I figured Fridays, is there such thing as a stupid question? And honestly, it's one of my favorite segments of this podcast. So without further ado, you guys are hopefully in for a treat. I'm going to pick the most random questions, answers, and then I'm going to probably give some insight into it as well. Now, these are random as shit. Some of these questions are kind of really, really creepy, questionable. And I know if these questions are serious or they just bullshitting around. I don't know. But, I kind of have to scan through it. All right. First question. Now, this is on my feed on Quora. I have an account. As soon as I open the app or the website, it's already a list of whatever the fuck people are throwing out there today. All right. First question. What could be the reason for a guy driving slowly by your house? Well, I can tell you right now, he ain't trying to egg your house, and he's not trying to see if your Christmas lights are up. He probably has some other intentions in mind. Now, nobody answered that question yet, but I can tell you right now, if someone is driving by my house every now and then, very slowly, and only slowly driving by my house, I'm gonna call the police or something. I'm gonna... Or have the gun ready or something like that. Have something ready, because if this is a female, which is more than likely is asking this question, she's probably she might have a stalker or some shit. Who knows, man? Yeah, a lot of creeps out there. Even when I drive home, if I see a car behind me following me the same way, I drive right by my house, or I just take a different way until that car is out of my rear view, and I'm like, all right, bet, I'm good to go. But yeah, I don't know. I can't answer that one. I would just be more careful. All right, next question. Why do some people... No, I'm sorry, not that question. Why do I feel more bi as I get older? What? It's funny. I read a question like this before, And somebody did ask this question before, but it was asked a little bit differently. I don't know how you feel more by getting older. I guess in a sense, like maybe you getting older, you see things in a different perspective, and perhaps you don't, like I told you, when you get around my age and older, you start to not give a shit about a lot of things and what a lot of people say. Maybe this person just feels like, you know what? I don't give a shit. I'm gonna feel bi today, and I'm gonna feel bi from now on. All right, but somebody did answer this question though. They did, and this is this was answered by a guy that goes by the name Buffalo Guy. Ayo. He said, as men age, especially as they get around 40, their sex drives tend to begin to lessen. At the time, it often takes more to turn them on, so it's very possible that you or the man in question simply is bi and is bored with the same old stuff with women and wants to try something new and exciting. I don't know how you get bored with the same stuff with women, but I don't know. Some people just like to try something different. Maybe that's where he is in his life, that he's tired of the same old monogamous thing over and over again, that maybe he wants to just try something new. Look, more power to you, all right? If that's what you want to do, you go do it. But I never heard someone say that they get more bi as they get older or they feel more gay. I'm not sure how that works, but I guess over time, people's tastes change. That's the only thing I can think of, but I don't know. Let's see what else we got. Jesus Christ. Let's see. All right, interesting question right here. Should people always give their partner space if they ask for it? Listen, I don't care how long you guys been married. Like me and my wife, we're going on 12 years in about a couple of weeks. 12 years. And there's got to be some sort of, what's the context, right, to space? Like, she's in the room and I'm here kind of space, or they're referring to, hey, let's take a break from each other kind of space. That's a whole different story. Now, if your partner asks for space, I guess assuming that they're asking for some time apart, would you allow it? I mean, what do you feel? Everything's circumstantial. And of course, there's risk with this. They may feel like, the person receiving this question may feel like, well, damn, maybe this person don't want to put up with me anymore. Why do you want to give space? Like, what's up? That's the time you need to talk and find out what's going on. Because somebody who's married 10, 15, 20 years, why would they need space from their partner? Unless something is wrong, or maybe they want to try something new. Maybe they feel bi, like that last question did when they reached 40 years old or something like that. Who knows? I mean, I can tell you right now, something like that, a question like that comes up, you probably might want to try to figure something out, because that's that could be a red flag or something. Let's see. Interesting question. What makes a man, and what makes a woman? The answer I'm about to give is probably going to get me kicked off this shit. But I mean, in what context? I guess not in the physical, but let's say in the mental context, right? What makes a man a man? Now, a lot of people see a man as the provider, the caregiver, the builder, the foundation, and they see women as the wholesome, the nurturing, but yet I could go on and on. I don't know exactly, in what context, but I'm going to read an answer here because somebody did actually answer this question. Ronald says, a strong father, a safe, loving home life and home with faith, a loving feminine mother. Where there is faith, there's hope. Where there's hope, there's prosperity. This guy got pretty deep, but he didn't quite answer why. What makes a man is if you're a man, it's whatever you feel a man should do, whatever you feel you should do as a man or a woman or whatever. It's all circumstantial, and it's all like an individual thing, I think. Because I think our perception of like men, we have this thing where men has to be masculine and women have to be feminine. I think those days are, as you guys see, is not. They're changing. They're changing a lot. Let's see. I'm gonna find some interesting. Whoa. Okay. Here's one. Yeah, oily beef. Here's the next question. Do female massage therapists peek at men's packages when I roll over and the covers are adjusted? Seems like she holds the cover high enough to do that. What is their usual reaction? I don't think they're in the business of doing that. I don't think Massage Envy does that. I remember I went to a Massage Envy and the masseuse, who was a female, accidentally brushed against my shit. She felt a little embarrassed, but it caught me off guard and she just continued the massage. But there is an answer to this question because this does happen, especially those very seedy massage parlors. That is not exactly massage envy, but they're one of those smaller little. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right, look, this guy Jan, he goes to say, he says male. He's a male therapist, by the way. He says probably indifferent, just like male therapists when female clients accidentally show more than show more than they want. We've seen it all many times and really don't care anymore as long as they pay the bill. Hey, look, some of these masseuse therapists, they just want to do their job. They ain't trying to get into all that and fulfill people's fantasies and shit. They just want to go ahead, get the job done, and be out. There is no happy ending type shit. Now, if you go to a place where there's a happy ending, that's a different story. It could go either way. But for most therapists, especially go to massage envy, they're taught to be professional when it comes to like touching other people. Because, you're sitting there and you're touching areas that, not a lot of people don't get a chance to touch. But yet they're entrusting you to do it. And they're paying you for it. So you got to have some sort of professionalism when doing it. The Diddy parlor. See, the Diddy parlor is no holds barred. Everybody's touching everybody and there's oil everywhere. Come on, man. You already know that. Let's see. This person asks, how do I make my husband attracted to me again? Dude, I don't know. You might want to talk to him and find out because maybe, I don't know. It's one of those broad questions. Like, how do you make him attracted to you? It's simple. Do something different or talk to him and see, like, what's the discord and what he can do or whatever to make it work. I don't know. Figure it out. All right. Let's see. Okay, this is always a really good question. I've ran across this many, many times. Why do some people choose to stay in marriage if they are in love with someone else? People do it for the sense of security, the sense of being able to go back home and lay up in bed. It's like basically having your cake and eat it too, I think. I think that's why people stay in marriage. But eventually that shit catches up to you, And I mean, if your spouse is cool with that shit, then sure, I guess. But that's usually dirty work right there. If you're not in love, like, if you just leave. There's no sense of you even wasting time. Just leave. Why would you even stay in the marriage if you don't love this person and you're going to do something else? In some places, that shit is acceptable, but in other places, it's not. I mean, why even waste each other's time right there? You might as well just keep it going. All right, let's see. What else? Can people legally? What the fuck? Okay, this question had to come out of California. Can people legally have a party and a self-driving car? How many people are you trying to get inside this moving Tesla? No, you can't even. You shouldn't even have a party in the car that somebody is driving, let alone a self-driving car. I told you some of the questions on here are questionable in nature, but I think these people be really serious when they ask these questions. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to have a party in a self-driving car. Because what if the car takes you straight to the precinct? Or what if the car start doing some crazy shit like doing donuts on its own to the music, or try to jump over a ramp like GTA? What if the car do some crazy shit like that? Party's over. Nobody should have a party in any sort of car whatsoever or vehicle unless it's a party bus. And then the party bus is a different story. You do what you want in the party bus, but you should not be having a party inside a Tesla, especially that drives by itself. That to me. Any car that drives by itself is sketchy work. That's something I wouldn't like fuck with. All right. What? All right. Next question. Is it wrong for an adult brother and sister to share a hotel room with one bed? I will never share a bed with my sister at all. I'm sleeping on the floor or the couch. Is it wrong? It's frowned upon. It's kind of creepy. Oh shit, Subi, you here. Welcome. Again, in just in case you missed that question, is it wrong for an adult brother and sister to share a hotel room with one bed? That means both of them in the same bed at the hotel. Listen, that's not my cup of tea, but if that's what some people want to do, that's fine. But if that was me, I'm sleeping on the couch, or she's sleeping on the couch, but we are not sleeping in the same bed. That's wild work. All right, there's an answer to this question, though. Somebody did answer. Oh God. Oh no, it's just somebody like really creeped out by the question. It is a creepy question, but does it happen? Absolutely. banjos and all playing in the background. Hopefully it doesn't get to that shit. All right. All right, next question. How do I tell my bi husband that I want an open relationship? Woo, that's some dirty work right there. That right there. What if it's your stepsister? Questionable. I don't know. If you and your stepsister, the question was just asked, what if it's your stepsister? It's shooter's preference. It's shooter's preference. Figure that shit out. No, I don't know. I'm not. You figure it out, man. You sound like you're pretty serious about that question, so I don't know. Try it out and see what happens, and then get back to me, and we'll make an episode about it. All right. This question again. How do I tell my bi husband that I want an open relationship? This is crazy work right here. Now, there's an answer to this, of course. This person by the name of Midge asking for a friend. Well, shit, tell your friend to figure it out. All right, now back to that question, the answer by Midge. You can't have an older 1970s name than Midge. She says that my husband is bisexual, and I just told him that I wanted to honor both sides of him. I know that both makes him who the fuck right English makes him who he is, and if I love him, then I need to love all of who he is. Then I told him that if I could understand his needs to be with who he is, then I needed the same, and that an open marriage would be the way of honoring our commitment to each other. She's down for the cause. In other words, she's saying, exactly, that's what she wants too. That's exactly what she wants. She knows what she's doing. Look, they're already in an open relationship. He's bisexual. More than likely, she's bisexual because, so she's down for the cause. I mean, not a lot of people are like that. And then Phil says, it's just another way of saying that you want to fuck another man. Richard says, that sounds fair and pretty equal to me. Problem solved. I guess there's nothing wrong with it. It seems like she's down for it, and she's doing whatever it takes to be as loyal and faithful to her husband as much as possible, even if it means to accept the fact that he sleeps with both men and women. She doesn't care. Some people said that she's a ride or die type chick, but I don't know. I mean, that's figure it out. Figure it out. All right. Let's see. Oh, wow. Has your mother ever walked in on you at an inappropriate time? Come on, some of you guys have been there. You were sitting there, jerking the gherkin to a fucking Halle Berry poster or a Prince poster. Hey, it's just certain shit for certain people. And then mommy dearest walks in on you, and there's all types of things happening. There's tissue everywhere, and then you start crying. Now, the question, has your mother ever walked in on you at an inappropriate time? This guy, Garrett, answered the question. He said, we're just cuddling. Yeah, all right. He says, yes, as a teenage boy, I was in my bed, sweats down, and doing what teen boys do quite often. There was no lock on my door. I happened to glance up and see my mother peeking in. I pulled the blankets over myself quickly. She asked what I was doing, to which I replied, of course, taking a nap. She then says, yeah, with your pants down. She closed the door and we never spoke of it again. Come on, Mom, you know what he's doing. Really? Listen, embarrassing. A lot of people, unfortunately, has done it. Now, some parents don't allow locked doors in the house, like the Joker from Friday. But, if you're doing that, what if it's his stepmom? Obviously, if that was his stepmom, obviously it would have turned into more than just her walking away. It would have turned into like page 63 of Pornhub or something like that under stepmom, please no type shit. I don't know, man. It would have went further than that. I don't know. People do some weird shit with their step parents and stepsister, stepbrother. It's all types of things that's out of step. All right, but no, that it would have went probably a hell of a lot worse. But just the idea of you being like, at that point, you should never even do it again. You've been caught. That's it. It's over. Unless you got another smart way of doing it. I don't know. But I think at that point, if that was me, I'm not doing it no more. I'm done. I don't even know if we could eat dinner, at the Thanksgiving table the same, knowing like my mom just saw me do that shit. Nah, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. All right, next one. Whoa. Do you like trans girls? Somebody asked this question, somebody answer this question too, believe it or not. Let's see. This guy by the name of Uric. All right, maybe try locking the door. Yeah, obviously, lock the door. All right, now the question was that somebody asked on here was that, do you like trans girls? Uric answered the question by saying, if I like or dislike someone, it's unrelated to whether or not they're trans. I know very likable trans girls, such as trans women friend, who I unfortunately haven't seen in years. And I known unlikable trans girls, in 2 cases, unlikable because they were bigoted, prejudiced, or think the world needs to bend down and kiss their asses just because they're trans. He didn't really answer the question of whether or not he like them or not, but I guess he does. If you do, you do. You don't, you don't. It's a whole new world out there, and to be honest with you, like, some people are still bothered by it, some people don't. I mean, it is what it is. Oh, what's up, Pabs? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's see. Let me see. I'm trying to find something nice. Nice, stupid ass question. My mom won't let me quit my job. What should I do? First of all, you're still living with your mom. Just quit your job, man. What kind of question is that? Why does she hold the key to you whether or not you're leaving a job or not? Unless you're still living with her, and perhaps you're paying rent under her roof, and she probably feels as if, like, if you quit this job, you got to get out. There's no more money for the house. I don't know, man, but let me tell you something. I would have quit. Now, this guy, Orson, answered the question. Oh, first job probably. It probably is his first job. I don't know how old he is. There's not a lot of context to this. It says, Orson, he did answer the question. He said, so much depends on what the job is. Stripper, porn, carjackings, drug mule, who knows? Or is the job lucrative and respectable? Did your mother have a different career in mind for you and won't let it go? You should have been a lawyer like your father. It's a good life, quote unquote. Blah, 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 blah. We don't know what the dude's job is. Maybe he is doing some shady, shiesty shit. Maybe he's selling drugs. And then she's like, you got to stop. But then, like, again, it said that she won't let him quit. So, I mean, unless there are some parents out there that let their kids sell drugs for the sake of bringing money to the house. It happens. I don't know, but listen, I'm quitting the job. I'm quitting the job, Mom. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit here and bend to this rule of you wanting me to work. Come on now. Give me a break. Let's see. Next question. Okay, this is obvious. This is an obvious question. Is it common for people to get easily offended nowadays? Is society becoming more sensitive and easily influenced by external factors? Yeah, absolutely. Let me tell you something. In the 90s, everything was like no holds barred. You go back to the 80s and 70s, shit, they made fun of everybody. And I mean everybody in the most stereotypical, fucking dark, humorous way. Nowadays, there's a lot of things that from those times didn't age very well, and there's a lot of things that's just not acceptable no more. Now, everybody's easily offended, and I hate when people come up with like this fake outrage of something. Like, nobody else is outraged of it, but all of a sudden, this one person is outraged over this one thing. I hate fake outrage. In fact, at some point, I'm going to do an episode on fake outrage, because to me, I feel like a lot of the PC-isms and shit that has happened nowadays was created by the media to to create fake outrage. I mean, I know there's certain things out there that not everybody's offended, and if they are, it's a very niche amount of people, you know? All right, Subi says offended because someone else is offended. There you go. It literally is like, it's like flies sticking on shit. It's like, oh, you offended? Oh, I'm offended too. You don't even know why you're offended. You're just offended because that person's offended. Like, where do you get out of it? Sometimes you gotta have a mind of your own. Like, you don't have to be offended because someone else is offended. Come on, that's I don't know. Let me see this next question. God, what do actors in adult films use to last so long? You know, I'm not a porn expert, but there are many takes. Sometimes the guy may let off too early, and then they splice the video to make it look like he went longer after a second session. I don't know, and don't ask me. I haven't been on a set of a porn ever. But the question is, sure you're not an expert. I mean, I've watched enough to know enough, but I'm not an expert. It said, what do actors in adult films use to last so long is the question. Now, the answer, of course, there is an answer. This is by Daniel. All right, Danny boy, let's see what you got. He said that it's all done on camera. Well, I mean, no shit. They can come back another day and finish the shoot if necessary. That scene where they walk from having sex on the couch to the bedroom to finish it off, well, that could be break time. Then there are drug aids like Viagra and injections such as phenethylamine, which can give a guy a hard-on for a lot longer time period. We're talking like them blue chews type deal, right? The blue chews, don't take them shits. Plus, a lot of porn stars are fairly young, 18 to 30 years old. It all works a lot better at those ages. That guy's an expert. That guy definitely shot some scenes, especially in the back of like a Domino's or an Arby's. I know this man shot some scenes in those areas. But he's right. I mean, you can make a video appear as if he's been going for so long, but nobody's paying attention to the details of whether or not like the scene or the angle shifted in a sense. Where do you get that? I don't know where you get that. That's not me. That's him. Now, as far as like, again, you can edit and splice videos to make it look longer. The dude might have lasted like 10 seconds, but he comes back for another shoot, splice the videos together. The dude's going for a whole hour. I don't know. You can do a lot with video editing. But again, younger people, yeah, they go long time doing that shit. I mean, non-stop. That's just what it is. Nobody wants to see. Never mind. Never mind. Next question. What are the reasons for people using online dating despite the potential risk of being scammed or catfish? Because it's easy. Like, okay, online dating, in a sense, it's low risk, but it's risky in a sense. Like, okay, back in the day, when you met someone, you met them somewhere in public, a laundromat, a library, a back of a Dollar General, a McDonald's, Chinese restaurant, a park. But nowadays, it's easier just to meet someone online. All right, and of course, you guys seen the show Catfish, right? You see this one picture, you're like, damn, she bad, and then you go there, she looks like two chicken nuggets fused together. And then you're like, what the fuck is that about? But, I mean, it says, what are the reasons? I think the people rather be online because there are a lot of insecure people. A lot of people use the internet and online like Tinder and all these other dating sites because it's an ego booster. But what it's doing is taking your ability away from actually meeting someone in person, that you become someone that you're not. And then that's where where the catfish thing comes from. There's no answer to that, but that's just my take on it. Like, and then knowing you're going to be scammed and catfish. It happened. They did a whole TV show on it. So why even bother? But a lot of people are afraid to meet someone in person nowadays. I don't know why. It's very risky. It's not worth. I mean, is it worth it? I don't know, but that's how everybody's meeting each other nowadays. So it's not like, unless you got the balls or whatever to meet someone in a store, easy. And yes, you're right. Fear of rejection. It's harder to get rejected in person than online. Like it's easy to get rejected online, but getting rejected in person hurts a lot more. It's more personal, right? They see you for who you are instead of what they seen online, and it's like. But why not just be true to yourself, all right? If that person don't like you for who you are, then find someone else. Somebody's going to like you eventually. All right. All right, here we go. Next question. Is it true that size does matter? For some women, they like endless shrimp. And for other women, they love kielbasas. I don't know. I'm trying to make something out of this here. But for some women, size really don't matter. I've heard this. Where size don't matter. Some women are satisfied by a smaller size, and some women are satisfied by a decent size. That's just what it is. There are different things for different people. Not everybody likes them big, and not everybody likes them small. This question was answered, though. Let's see. Again, the question is it true that size does matter? All right, your question, what's a decent size? And you only need 3 to satisfy. In some cases, that's all you need is 3. I told you, endless shrimp. Endless popcorn shrimp. Some women like that. Don't know why. They don't want a big ass fucking catfish sized dong. Some women just like shrimp. All right. Joseph answered the question. He says, unfortunately, it's true. Being on the smaller end, yes, very small size does matter. And I still don't mind. And the real size erect is 2 inches. So I would know if this man is too honest with himself. Yo, he just said he's 2 inches. I get a round of applause. I give that man That couldn't have been me. Hell no. But anyway, he says, so I would know, and being that I'm older, it is more comfortable being small and accepting the fact that if anyone has a logical question or wants to chat, I'm open. So he's part of Small PP Anonymous. Well, he's not anonymous, but if you got any questions about your size, then yeah. Oh yeah, there wasn't a sound. Yeah. So my soundboard, the sound doesn't transmit onto the live. So when you hear the audio version, all the sound effects and all that shit, you'll hear it. So if I press that, I'm clapping. It's probably because I'm clapped on the board. So yeah, I got to find a way to figure that one out. Anyway, I'm gonna read another answer to this question of whether size matter. God, let's see. This guy or this woman or whoever, Dorsey, clapped on the board, huh? Yeah. Dorset said 99% of the time, size is not an issue at all, but if a guy is too small, we're talking like less than 4 inches, then I find penetration to be less satisfying. He can't quite hit the perfect spot. If a guy is too large, bigger than 7 to 8 inches, depending on girth, then penetration can be quite painful. Very few men have either less than 4 inches in length or more than 8 inches. So again, a lot of people, it all depends on the woman, how she's built down there. Not all vaginas are the same. Now, anatomically, they all basically have the same layout, but they're not all the same, which is why some women find some sizes uncomfortable and find other sizes comfortable. Again, that's why I said not all women like big sizes, because big sizes is sometimes very uncomfortable for them. That's just what it is. So for you guys out there who are small, you might be in luck in some aspects, but not a lot of aspects, okay? Most women, I think, out there like a big size, and there's a small minority that actually likes smaller sizes. Hopefully you find yourself lucky if you're on that spectrum. Let's see how much time I got. They only give me an hour on this show to stream. We're doing good. Normally the show is about a half hour. I like to push it a little bit. I'll read a few more questions and I'll end it with that. So, next question. Now that we know that size in some sense don't matter or do matter, next question is, have your pets ever eaten non-food items such as socks or shoes but refused to eat actual food? I think that's like every dog. I've had my dog chew up shoes. Yo, our dog chewed up my fucking Amazon Fire remote. That shit costs a lot of money. Again, it depends. I never heard of a dog that just eats non-food, and then when you feed it food, it doesn't want to eat. No, a dog is going to eat food if it's hungry. But just for it to just eat non-foods is crazy. Your dog needs help. If your dog refuses any type of food, and they out here just chewing your shit up, you need to take that shit to a vet. That ain't healthy. That's not healthy at all. Next question. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. What's this? Next question. When receiving a massage at a spa, not a parlor, did you ever ask for extra releases? And how did you phrase it? Extra releases. I think I know what this is. I think I know what it is. It says most massage places I have visited, the masseuse at the end makes sure the door is locked, usually closing a slide lock, then asking, would you like anything else? I ask, what are my options? This is an answer from Terry. Never asked or mentioned price. I might ask, what is the normal tip, and take $100 or $200 out. She then takes them and does her thing. When wife was a masseuse, she had a limit on exactly what she allows. This man paid $200 for whatever the fuck happened after that masseuse. That's the most expensive I've ever heard somebody pay for that. In some cases, I've heard people pay like $50. I don't know where this guy went, but apparently he pulls out $100 to $200 and locks the door, and whatever happens from there happens from there. Again, there are massage parlors that do that. Yeah, ain't nobody doing that shit for no $5. There ain't no way. You can't even buy two McDoubles with that shit. $5? You find me a masseuse that is going to give you extra releases for $5. $5 behind Little Caesars? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, if you're lucky, $5 behind Little Caesars, $10 behind Arby's, where you could get the extra meats. Pause. All right, next question. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I got one for you, Subi. This is the perfect question that just came up on my timeline. What are the reasons for people liking Subarus? Is it because they are good cars or because they are unique and not commonly owned by others? Okay, let me give you guys a little fun fact about Subarus, and this is no joke. I'm not even making this up. The Subaru Forester is basically a Subaru Impreza as a wagon. Am I doing this right? Yeah. So when the Forester came out, do you know that the Subaru Forester was actually marketed to lesbian women when it first came out into the United States? I kid you not. Now, if you're in the military, you see Subarus everywhere. Every single where. Imprezas of all different generations. Now, no grandma and grandpa is driving an Impreza. As far as a legacy, people who are outdoorsy drive legacies. Foresters, again, same thing. People that are outdoorsy. I always see Subaru drivers as outdoorsmen, outgoing people, because they always have some sort of camping stuff on their truck, on their car, and all this other types of stuff. But Subarus are not as big as Toyota and Hondas. Honda, Toyota, Nissan, there are more of those than there are Subaru. Subaru is not sold everywhere, all right? We build Subarus here in the United States in Indiana, but that's like the only place I know that builds Subarus. You don't see a lot of them, though. They're not as big as the other 3 Japanese manufacturers, but they're good. But I heard with Imprezas, they got this gasket issue that blows out with Subarus. Subi, you might be able to confirm that with me. You yourself drive one, so maybe you know a little bit about shit blowing out head gaskets type deal. I've always heard about Subarus. I don't know why, but maybe there's some sort of truth to it. I'm not sure. All right, now, next question. How did being completely shaven become such a thing? I never understand that. Ooh. Now, some guys, Subaru are blowing straps. Yeah, I guess, like I said, I've heard a lot about something blowing up in Subaru. I don't know what it is. But the question here is, how did being completely shaven become such a thing? I'll never understand it. Some people like to be shaved. Some people like to be cleanly shaved. Some guys like that. Some women argue why guys like a clean-shaven woman down there, because they think that they have pedo tendencies. Some guys don't want to have to deal with going down there like they rolled the dice to Jumanji and they have to go through the forest and the fucking woods and weeds to get to the treasure. No guy, not everybody wants to do that. Some guys just want to right there. But, you know, again, I'll read that in a second. Subi says, push too much power that when the engine block can handle. And then Mario, you said better eat dinner day because day after it's a cactus. Damn. If you know somebody who should grow that fast, that's crazy work. All right, now, this woman, Miss Thalia, she says, and it's not a long answer. You guys, the comments are killing me down there. She said, I started shaving my underarms and bikini line shortly after puberty, and it didn't take long before I decided to go fully bare down there. I've always hated body hair, so I've tried everything from shaving and waxing to epilating and IPLs, which have been fantastic to me. For me, being completely shaven isn't just about how it looks, it's about how it feels. I love the smoothness and the clean feeling. It's so much more comfortable and adds to my sense of being feminine. Plus, I think it looks nicer too. Hey, some of you guys like it shaved down there, some of you guys don't. Some guys like exploring the wilderness. Others don't like it. So, I mean, it's hit or miss. Me personally, I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. It really don't. If you like your lady shaven, that's great. If you don't, that's fine. What the fuck? How to... Yo. This guy, somebody asked this question. Said, I am suspicious that my neighbor may be a closeted gay man. What should I do? Why does it matter what the fuck your neighbors are doing? Look, see, I don't care what my neighbors are doing. If they want to have a CC's Pizza orgy party, or if they want to sit there and have a SpongeBob marathon watching scene, then that's on them. But why is this guy so upset and curious about this closeted gay man? Maybe he gay too. I don't know. Let's see. Somebody answered a question. They said, okay, Christian says, okay, this is serious stuff. So you have to listen carefully and follow my action plan to the letter, okay? Listen. Number 1, mind your own fucking business. Number 2, rinse and repeat. Why does this matter what your neighbors are doing? Why? I don't understand. All right, I need to read another answer. He put him in his place. I guess that was like the number 1 answer to that question because, again, the guy is wondering why his neighbor is a closeted gay man. Maybe he's closeted too, and maybe he's just curious. You know, maybe trying to figure out, how can I get into this oily beef or something like that? I don't know. So Joe says, funnily enough, his neighbor just posted a question saying, I am suspicious that my neighbor might be a closeted asshole. What should I do? Oh, what the fuck? Listen, leave your neighbors alone, all right? As long as they ain't doing anything to harm kids or whatever, leave them alone. All right, if what they do in their house sexually is whatever. All right, if you're one of those old school cats, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But again, just mind your business, man. Listen, life's too short to be worrying about certain shit like that. As long as they're not coming in my house doing crazy shit, whatever. All right, now, all right, here's a good question. Very short, straight to the point. Do you prefer feminine women? Guys, that is down there, because it looks like I got mostly guys watching this for some reason right now. Do you prefer feminine women, or do you prefer women that put your legs behind your head? I don't know. This woman said, for what exactly? I am a woman. I don't know what the fuck that is. But some guys actually like a woman that's a little bit butch, all right? That kind of is demanding. Some guys like that. I don't know why. But again, there's different tastes for everybody. And of course, there's dudes that like feminine women. Again, shooter's preference, shooter's preference. All right, next question. Let me see. What are some reasons a partner might ask for space? All right, I already read something like that. I don't want to hear it again. What the fuck? All right, I got one. All right, who's Julian Foster? I have no idea who Julian Foster is at all, but that is wild. That picture Julian Foster is... I'm going to leave that one alone. All right, next question. I don't know. People join from everywhere, man. I have no idea. All right. Yo, dude, I don't know. Anyway, next question. Do you cover your privates in the locker room? All right, military people. You guys know basic training. Nut to butt, pause. There is no divider. Everybody's in the open bay shower. Did you cover your shit when you were in the shower in basic training? Or do you just rush? Oh, that remind me, that motherfucker. Oh, man. Rush. If you're watching this, man, just know I'm never going to forget. Never forget. But nah, if you're in the locker room, this could be basic training, the gym, whatever. Do you just let it free flow? Let it hang out and shit? Hey, I am man. Or, did you cover it up? And yes, some basic training places had private, separate showers. This is true. Yes. When I went, it was all open. There were dudes that wouldn't even shower until late at night because they didn't want to be in there with all the other dudes. You tucked it away. I don't even want to know how you tucked it away. Never mind. All right. Somebody didn't answer this question, though. All right, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, just listen. If you go in the shower, real quick, just stay focused to the fucking wall. That's it. Just stay focused. Don't look your left. Don't look your right. Just stay focused on the prize. Your prize is washing your ass. That's your prize. That's it. And yes, some people did shower in their boxers. Yes, they did. All right, now, shirtless lifestyle. Answer that question. Again, that question, where's your boyfriend today? Why isn't he with you? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but what the fuck is that? I don't know. Anyway, that question, do you cover your privates in the locker room? This person said, no, not really. If I'm in the locker room, I tend to get naked to go to the shower. Take my towel with me, but I don't hide anything as I have nothing to hide. All the guys have penises, some large, some small. I am fortunate enough to be slightly larger than average, but that's not the reason. If people want to look, then they can, but I have nothing to be ashamed of. Exactly. You just go in and that's it. That's all you do. You just go in. You don't focus on other guys. All right? Don't look left, don't look right. But know this to be true. Somebody is looking at you. This is true. Somebody is looking at you. I remember when we were in Europe recently, they had an open shower with these small little dividers. But the weird thing about this shower was that right on the opposite side of it, there was a sauna. Now, you couldn't really see who was in the sauna, but they could see everybody taking a shower in the shower bay. And there will always be that one dude on his phone in the sauna. And you'll be that one guy taking a shower. Yo, it felt like somebody was always looking at you through the sauna. The shit creeped me out. Sometimes I didn't even want to take a shower unless, like, if somebody was in that sauna, I would not. I'd be like, no. Hell no. Because they could be looking at you. They could be sitting there pretending to get their sauna on. But at the same time, they're looking at you, giving you the diddy bop bop. That bop bop diddy. That's it. That's probably what they're doing in there. They could be taking pictures of you. I never trusted anyone that went in that sauna with their phone. That to me creeped me out. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. But I tell you right now, if I find a picture of me on some Eastern European magazine of some sorts or website, I'm finding somebody. I'm finding someone. All right, let me see how much time I got. All right, I got 15 minutes. I'm probably going to get away with maybe 2 more questions, and I'm done. I'm done. I told you, saunas are wild, sweaty basketballs on the wood. Pause. Pause. Oh, God. Let's be mature for 1 second. All right. Would you allow your wife to have an affair? No. Why would I allow that? That's okay. So let me ask you guys, would you give your wife or husband a pass? For 1 week, would you give your wife or husband a pass?
No.
She said no.
No.
This woman will kill me. She's Puerto Rican and she know where all the goddamn knives are. I'll never get a pass. But would you give your wife or husband a pass for 1 week? You know how crazy that sounds? Now, let's say you do that, turn around, and now this person, your wife, is running off with this dude to Estonia for the rest of their life. No, I'm not asking for no fucking pass, man. Hell no. No. Now, this person did answer. Somebody answered that question. Again, the question is, would you allow your wife to have an affair? This person said, wife just spent first week with new boyfriend. Came home late last night and was exhausted. Tired to get some details. And she said, we will talk about it in the morning. Tried to get some, and she was way too sore. Woo! No! Gunshots! I'm gonna read that last part again because this is why you don't allow your spouse to have an affair. I'm gonna read that again. Wife just spent the first weekend with her new boyfriend, came home late last night and was exhausted. He tried to get some details, and she said, we'll talk about it in the morning. Then he tried to get some from her, and she was too sore. Can't wait until I hear the details. Brother, she is too sore. Say these 3 letters with me, please. B, B, C. Guy, you might as well be fucking divorced. You might as well be divorced. It's over. If she's coming home sore, it is over. Just endless shrimp, man. Don't even worry about it. She's taken care of. This is why you don't let your person that you're with have a pass or an affair. Because there's always going to be somebody bigger, better, financially set, or just more satisfying, more comforting. That's risky work. I did an episode on swinging and open relationships. Again, some people think that, all right, hold on, recommendation, drinking podcast stream with the wife. Dude, I've been trying to get her on the show to drink. I've been trying. I'm working on it. But again, this here, swinging and stuff, some people say swinging work for their relationship. Others, it's hit or miss. I don't know. I know some people who are swingers. And it worked for them just fine. There's mutual understanding and rules. But rules are sometimes meant to be broken. And in that case, that is very dangerous work. All right, let me see how much time I got. I might get away with 2 more questions. It's like I don't even want to get off. But again, I only have a little bit of time. They only give me an hour. They're going to give me like a countdown in like a few minutes. Let me see. I'm trying to find something interesting. All right, no, not that one. What is it like? All right, here's the next question. What is it like living the life of a sissy? Someone actually asked that question. I kid you not, and there's an answer to this shit. What is it like living the life of a sissy? All right, Subi says, how do you only have an hour, but fools who act like AI have forever? You know, honestly, I just started streaming on TikTok, so I think it depends on how much support I get from the show, how many likes, followers. I guess they give you more time as you get more people. I'm not sure. I think that's the reason. So the question is, what is it like to live the life of a sissy? This is one I absolutely could answer. This is by somebody named Ghost. Says, this is one I absolutely could not answer. I appreciate your question, but I would not have any idea. I come from a place of honor and self-respect. I am a samurai of old. Paladins still walk the earth, and I am one of them. Bro, what do you think this is? Fucking Ghost of Tsushima? Just answer the question. There may be a couple of hundred of us on the planet, but we are still here. And we try to lead by example and help where we can and when we can. This guy is deep. I feel like he sleeps in the forest and he does Pilates and Tai Chi in the middle of the forest with a bunch of raccoons and shit. The guy is deep. He thinks he's also a samurai. But listen, if you're living the life of a sissy, whatever a sissy may be, you ain't going to get very far. You're going to get punched around or whatever. I don't know. Sometimes you just got to get up, grow a pair, and keep it moving. But don't be a sissy. And no, I'm not living in that life. The life of a samurai? I'm an old man. Who knows? Things are starting to become a little bit more chill. But I'm not living that life of a sissy, though. Absolutely not. Hell no. A sissy. Come on, man. All right. Oh, wow. Bet. We got a question. I'm probably going to let this be the last one, and I'm going to just run with it. My husband left me for a 19-year-old woman. What should I do? Dennis answered the question by saying, this reminds me of an old joke. A 57-year-old man leaves his wife for a 19-year-old woman. What does his wife do? As she is 57 years old herself, she took a 19-year-old male for her lover. When her husband asked what she was thinking, she replied, simple math. 19 goes into 57, more than 57 go into 19. Whoa, yeah, that's a nasty, dirty math joke. That seems to be the thing where guys get older, they go for something younger, and younger guys go for something older. There's always this weird imbalance. You know, guys tend to go for something younger because in some cases they can manipulate younger women. They're more fertile. They're more outgoing. And again, they can get over on certain shit easy versus, let's say the guy's 57 years old. He's dating someone around his age who's more life experience, ain't taking too much of that bullshit, knows the bullshit, sees the signs. Guy that age don't want to deal with that. So, of course, they're going to go with something younger. But that's actually an interesting joke. All right, I promise you, this is the last one.
Women.
What did you say?
That's the same thing with women.
Yes, women do. Older women go for younger dudes, too. Yes, this is true. Now she wants to be part of the show. Don't worry, I'm going to get a second mic and headset. She will be part of the show. All right, one more question, and I'm wrapping this up. I'm wrapping it up. I'm done. Let me see. I don't even know how much time I got. Fuck, I got like 7 minutes, I think. I don't know. Gilfs. Yes, everybody loves gilfs to a point. You know, they also can take the teeth out of their mouth. So that helps a little bit. So that's why I like people like gilfs, you know. It's like you figure it out. All right, next one. Let's see. I don't think this is true. Oh, gum jobs, yeah. Last question, I promise. Why do all men always cheat on girls? Common misconception, not all guys cheat. You know how like they say all black guys cheat? Not all black guys cheat. But not all guys cheat either. Take the dentures out, yeah. Woo! You got to keep her. And she's got a pension. And yes, this is a female. I'm pretty sure that's probably right in this question. I'm not sure. Why do all men always cheat on girls? This is not the case, people. Not all men cheat. That's like saying all women cheat. Not all women cheat either. Everybody, like men and women cheat, but not all. That's it. I think I did an episode on cheating a while ago. I'm pretty sure I did. Let's see. Next question. You know, I got one more. It's like I don't want to end this, but I'm at some point I gotta live my life. I gotta I gotta end it. I gotta not end my life, but no, I gotta end the show. Let's see. All right, last question. I'm pretty sure this is it. No, not this question, not this one. Let me see. Come on, give me something. Let me go. I'm gonna go into this page, the adult content page. I'm gonna see what questions they got cooking up on here today. Because again, I told you there are different pages for questions. All right, Subi says, I think people cheat because they're too afraid to just leave the current relationship or missing some. Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of people are afraid of what they know. And they are afraid to experience something new. Because maybe there are things that they could get away with in the current relationship that they can't get away with in the new relationship. That's absolutely true. All right. What is another question? All right, I got one, and I'm done. And I think this is it for me. How much do women enjoy peeing on their man and having him pee on her body too, just for the erotic fun of it? Yo, R. Kelly, you see what you just did here? I'm sorry, but there are couples that like peeing on each other for some reason. It's just, I don't know why. Sex is supposed to be something beautiful. This is not beautiful. This is, I know, right? This is a question someone asked in the adult content page. I'm telling you, people, I challenge you to go on this website, Quora, Quora. The warm sensation of ammonia. I guess, man. I guess some people like to feel like a little teacup and want hot tea poured on them. I guess that's what it is, but what the fuck, man? Who enjoys this shit? Who is doing this? Who is asking this? Who's asking this stuff? Oh my God. Somebody answer the question. Sammy says, oh, this could be so much fun. The amount of erotic fun in ads is amazing. Here are just a few examples. And then there's a blurred picture. I ain't fucking opening that. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I told you, people, I do this every Friday. This is a thing. And yeah, this is a thing. People do this shit all the time on Quora. They ask all these crazy questions and stuff like that. And it's just, it's fucking mind-boggling. I don't know. I mean, all right, real quick before I go, give me some suggestions in the chat of what I should talk about. I always got something to write when I read these things. I remember what a lot of you tell me in terms of what I should say in the next episode. Tomorrow, they may or may not be in the next episode. Again, it depends. You guys know where I'm at. You'll get the notification. Now, on the weekends, I tend to do an episode early in the morning, but I'm going to like kind of shift that. No, she'll be at work, unfortunately. She'll be at work in the morning, so it'll just be me. But I will get her at some point. But I'm going to shift gears in the morning to push a little bit more towards the afternoon, depending, because I know a lot of you guys ain't up in the morning watching this shit. Who's watching streams at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning? Probably not you. So I'm going to shift a little bit more into the day, maybe the nighttime on the weekends. And of course, if I do shows on the weekdays, it's usually after work anyway, after 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Well, my case, 5 o'clock. So, yeah. But drinking stream while playing board games. I don't know that. I've never seen anybody do that. Like stream an entire board game. Like, do you know how long Monopoly will be? Maybe Trouble or something. Maybe we might like stream on Trouble and some shit. It's not a bad idea. It's honestly not. But yeah, I don't know. It's something I probably might look into. But hey, keep hitting the like button, guys. It's funny. I don't even think I've seen that timer warning on my page. And I'm already like 58 minutes. It might cut off. I'm not sure. But I didn't get that timer clock. Maybe I did and I didn't see it. I don't know. So is wait, hold on. I think it did give me the let me see here. I think it did give me that timer thing because I had to do a little puzzle shit. Anyway, that's a good one. Best, worst movies. Let's see if it does keep going. Let's see. I don't know. It gave me that little puzzle thing I had to move over. If the feed cuts off, people, that means that my time is up on there. But let's see if it goes. Celebrity clones. Yes, I know Adam Sandler has a shitload of clones of people that look just like him. That's absolute truth. So yeah, that's something. Best, worst movies. That was actually going to be like yesterday's episode. I was going to get like some of the worst sequels, inspired by the Joker 2's terrible performance. I was going to get that, do that as well. Some of the most terrible secrets. Oh, Secrets of Hollywood. Oh yeah, absolutely. I was watching this documentary on Matthew Perry, who passed away last year. and shit like that. But Secrets of Hollywood, shit, like the pizza party thing, yeah, Pizzagate, yeah, all that shit. That right there, pff, absolutely. Let's see, it's still going. Oh wait, hold on, I just hit an hour on my audio, so I guess it's still getting. I'm still going. I'm still going. Oh man, I could have read a couple of more questions. Yeah, I could have read. Yeah, it's an hour. It let me keep going. It did this little puzzle thing where I had to match the piece, and then. Yeah. Now, the longest episode I've done was an hour and 5 minutes. And here I am. Let's do a few more. Yeah, let's fucking do a few more questions. I'm down with it. I'm down with it. Let me refresh this because I went through like half this page already. This may very well be the longest episode ever. Remember, an hour and 5 minutes, I did one episode. No other episode has come close to going over that. But again, it's very rare that I do episodes this long, but this is TikTok now. But, you know, normally an half hour, 45 minutes is what keep a lot of people's attention when it comes to podcasts. I've came across shows that went for 2 hours. I can't imagine listening to a podcast for 2 hours. I can't imagine. All right, let me see. We got some new questions here. What the fuck? All right, I got one. I don't even know. Yeah, Joe Rogan shit is like 3 to 4 or 5 hours, but it's Joe Rogan. He's got... In fact, his podcast is the #1 podcast in the country, Joe Rogan. No one is touching Joe Rogan right now. No one. I aspire to be him someday. All right, I got a crazy question for you guys since we got a little extra time. This person asked, how can I ask my dad to help me shave down there? I'm afraid he will judge me. Bitch, I'm judging you right now. Why would you ask your dad to do that? What? I sometimes question these questions sometimes. I don't know if some people just type this shit to bullshit. But I feel like in this day and age, this is someone asking this question legitimately. That's a good question. Let me how can I ask my dad to help me shave down there? I'm afraid he will judge me. Okay, see, yeah, you're right. This could be kind of thrown out of text because let's just say Let's get into a situation real quick. She doesn't have her mom. And it's going to be kind of hard for a dad. Like, dads are known for shaving. But shaving down there with her equipment is different in a sense. But let's just